In a world consumed by fleeting pleasures and external validation, the ancient philosophy of Stoicism emerges as a beacon of timeless wisdom. Stoicism, which originated in Athens in the 3rd century BC, offers a powerful framework for navigating life with resilience, virtue, and inner peace. At its core, Stoicism emphasizes focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, emotions, and actions, while accepting with equanimity what we cannot. In our modern age where social media fuels comparison, the Stoic principles of self-mastery and acceptance are more relevant than ever. This essay delves into the Stoic perspective on self-value within interpersonal relationships, particularly romantic pursuits. We will explore why chasing after someone can be detrimental to our sense of self-worth and how Stoic principles can empower us to cultivate healthy relationships while prioritizing our own emotional well-being. One of the most insidious threats to our self-value is the tendency to seek validation externally, particularly in romantic relationships. When we chase after someone, hoping to win their affection to feel good about ourselves, we fall into a dangerous trap. We are essentially saying that our worth is contingent upon the approval and acceptance of another person. This external validation is fleeting and unreliable. Our self-esteem becomes dependent on factors outside our control. The other person's feelings, opinions, and choices, just as quickly as they may seem to validate us, they can withdraw their affection, leaving us feeling rejected and insecure. The Stoics recognize the futility of seeking validation from external sources. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, famously said, "It is not things that disturb us, but our judgment about things." True self-value stems from within, an unwavering sense of self-respect and self-acceptance. By cultivating inner strength, virtue, and self-love, we can break free from the trap of seeking external validation and build a solid foundation of self-worth. The human desire for connection and love is natural and powerful. However, problems arise when we become overly attached to the outcome of our pursuits, particularly in romantic relationships. We may convince ourselves that if we just do the right things, we can control the other person's feelings and win their love. This belief is often an illusion. We cannot control the hearts and minds of others, no matter how hard we try. When we become fixated on a specific outcome, we set ourselves up for potential disappointment and heartache. The Stoics taught the importance of accepting what is within our control and what is not. By recognizing and accepting this principle, we can free ourselves from the suffering that comes with trying to control the uncontrollable. Instead of chasing after love, the Stoic approach encourages us to focus on cultivating our own virtue and developing meaningful connections. When we become consumed with chasing after someone, we often neglect our own personal growth and well-being. We may spend countless hours daydreaming about them and trying to mold ourselves into the person we think they want us to be. This obsessive pursuit can drain our energy and distract us from our goals. Moreover, chasing after someone who is not interested in us can erode our self-esteem. The Stoics recognized the importance of self-improvement as a key to living a virtuous and fulfilling life. By focusing on developing our character and contributing to the world, we not only become more attractive partners, but also live more meaningful lives. Instead of chasing after someone else's approval, invest that energy in yourself. In the pursuit of love and connection, it's easy to lose sight of the most important relationship we'll ever have, the one with ourselves. Stoicism offers a powerful antidote to the anxieties of romantic pursuit by emphasizing the importance of self-love. This isn't about vanity. It's about recognizing our inherent worth and treating ourselves with kindness and compassion. It means silencing that inner critic and focusing on our strengths. When we truly love and accept ourselves, we become less dependent on external validation. This inner sense of self-worth radiates outward, making us more confident and attractive to others. Remember, love from others is a wonderful gift, but it should never be a substitute for self-love. By cultivating a deep love for ourselves, we create a solid foundation for all other relationships in our lives. Rejection is an inevitable part of life, especially in matters of the heart. No matter how attractive or successful we may be, there will always be people who are not interested in us romantically. The Stoics believed in accepting what is outside of our control, and the feelings of others are certainly outside of our control. Trying to change someone's mind will only lead to frustration and heartache. Instead of dwelling on rejection, reframe it as an opportunity for growth. What can you learn from this experience? Perhaps it's a sign that this person wasn't right for you. Remember, every no brings you one step closer to a yes with someone who is truly compatible with you. By accepting rejection with grace, you maintain your self-respect and open yourself up to new possibilities. The Stoic concept of indifference might seem counterintuitive, especially in love. However, Stoic indifference doesn't mean becoming emotionless. It's about detaching from the outcome of our desires. When we become overly attached to a specific outcome, we set ourselves up for potential disappointment. We pin our hopes on something outside of our control, like as the other person's feelings. By practicing indifference, we acknowledge that we don't have control over whether someone likes us back. We can express our interest, but we detach from the outcome. If they reciprocate, wonderful. If not, that's okay. We accept their decision with grace and move forward. In a world obsessed with superficiality, the Stoic emphasis on virtue as the sole good may seem outdated. However, the Stoics understood that true attractiveness stems from qualities like wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. When we focus on cultivating these virtues, we naturally become more attractive to others. People are drawn to kindness, integrity, and a strong sense of self. By striving to live a virtuous life, we become the kind of person others want to be around. This isn't about becoming someone we're not to impress others. It's about aligning ourselves with our values and living authentically. When we're living in accordance with our values, we exude confidence and purpose. The best way to attract love is to be the kind of person you want to attract. In the age of social media, it's easy to fall into the trap of presenting a curated version of ourselves. We filter our photos and highlight the most glamorous aspects of our lives. While sharing our joys is fine, authenticity is crucial for building genuine connections. When we try to be someone we're not, we're essentially wearing a mask. This mask might attract attention, but it prevents us from forming deep connections. Instead of trying to be what you think others want, embrace your true self. Share your thoughts and feelings openly and honestly. Be vulnerable. Be silly. Be real. The right people will appreciate you for who you are, flaws and all. Genuine connection is built on mutual trust and understanding. One of the most liberating aspects of Stoicism is its emphasis on non-attachment. This doesn't mean avoiding relationships or refraining from forming emotional bonds. It's about approaching relationships with an open hand rather than a tight grip. When we become overly attached to a specific outcome, we create unnecessary suffering. We worry about losing the other person and become dependent on their validation. Non-attachment allows us to love freely without the burden of expectation. We appreciate the time we have with the other person, but recognize that everything changes. By practicing non-attachment, we cultivate inner peace and tranquility. We learn to find joy in the present moment without clinging to the past or worrying about the future. The Stoic approach to self-value and relationships offers a refreshing alternative to modern dating culture. By embracing self-love, acceptance, and non-attachment, we can cultivate inner peace and fulfillment. Instead of chasing after love, the Stoics encourage us to focus on becoming the best versions of ourselves. By cultivating our character and living in accordance with our values, we naturally attract people who appreciate us. True love flourishes in an environment of mutual respect and understanding. By focusing on our own growth, we create the fertile ground for healthy relationships to blossom. The Stoic path leads to greater self-awareness, resilience, and inner peace, helping us navigate love and connection with wisdom and authenticity.